Senator Tomasz Grodzki has announced that he will not lift his immunity. He insists that the case is political and that all the defendants are victims of Zbigniew Ziobra's prosecution. I see no reason to do this at the behest of Minister Ziobra's armed arm, that is the remnants of Ziobra's prosecutor's office, which in recent upticks, probably to cover the case of Mariusz Kamiński and Maciej Wąsik, is making media hype out of an ordinary thing, in the form of sending documents to the court in Szczecin, documents in which I am not present. These innocent people are paying for being unlucky and cooperating with me. According to the prosecutor's office and investigators from the Central Anti-Corruption Bureau, the procedure consisted of demanding money from patients in the amount of 10,000 zloty each in exchange for admitting them to the hospital out of the queue and performing a procedure reimbursed by the Polish National Health Service. Patients' payments were accepted into the account of the Transplantation Assistance Foundation. Not everyone could afford the payments. The prosecutor recorded many dramas in his protocols. I can cite the example of a very obese person who, because of this, could only sleep sitting up, because otherwise the person suffocated. The person was in need of an urgent surgery in order to not only function, but to survive. The presidents of the foundation, Juliusz P., Bartosz K., and Krzysztof K., were charged with the crime of so-called money laundering. It was established that payments were accepted from 217 patients in the total amount of more than 2,300,000 zloty. The initiator of the method of accepting payments was alleged to be the former director of the specialized hospital in Szczecin-Zdunowo, Professor Tomasz Grodzki. Here, the indictment does not include Mr. Grodzki because he is still protected by immunity, and as long as the immunity is not lifted, the prosecutor cannot issue an order to present charges or to even question him. On October 6th, the regional prosecutor's office in Szczecin sent a second request to the Senate to lift Tomasz Grodzki's immunity. The first was filed back in March 2021, but after more than 14 months, the upper house did not agree to prosecute him. The prosecution wanted to charge him with 4 counts of accepting financial benefits. I can make such an appeal to the senator, but also to all those who are afraid of being judged by the court. More courage, more faith in the Polish rule of law, in Polish democracy, and the independence of the courts. All the more so because today the reins of power are precisely in their hands. It is worth noting that it has been 1,019 days since the first motion was filed to lift Tomasz Grodzki's immunity. Mr. Grodzki has had many days to think about the possibility of giving up his immunity and explaining the case to the end, proving his innocence in court. Most of those people suspected of corruption crimes and crimes of so-called money laundering under the Szczecin Transplantation Assistance Foundation face sentences of up to 10 years in prison.